Resilience is knowing that you are the only one that has the power and the responsibility to pick yourself up. Tough times never last, but tough people do. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. Difficulties in life are intended to make us better, not bitter. You may have to fight a battle more than once to win it. The only thing that overcomes hard luck is hard work. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Resilience is accepting your new reality, even if it's less good than the one you had before. You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. It's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. The human capacity for burden is like bamboo, far more flexible than you'd ever believe at first glance. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened, ambition inspired, and success achieved. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Hard times may have held you down, but they will not last forever. When all is said and done, you will be increased. Life is not easy for any of us, but what of that? We must have perseverance and, above all, confidence in ourselves. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Resilience is not about escaping the hardships of life, but about facing them with courage and grace. Strength and growth come only through continuous effort and struggle. Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. Pressure makes diamonds. The oak fought the wind and was broken. The willow bent when it must and survived. Success is not the absence of failure. It's the persistence through failure. Life is 10% what happens to us, and 90% how we react to it. Bounce back from defeat greater than before. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "I will try again tomorrow." Life is very interesting. In the end, some of your greatest pains become your greatest strengths. The only way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. Resilience is resisting the urge to give up when we encounter obstacles in our path. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. It's not the absence of fear, it's overcoming it. The only limits you have are the limits you believe. The strongest people are not those who show strength in front of us, but those who win battles we know nothing about. Life doesn't get easier or more forgiving. We get stronger and more resilient. Be like a tree in a storm. Stand tall, stay rooted, and weather the adversity. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Success is not a straight line, it's full of curves, bumps, and detours. The human spirit is stronger than anything that can happen to it. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experiences of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened. You were given this life because you are strong enough to live it. Adversity is like a strong wind. It tears away from us all but the things that cannot be torn, so that we see ourselves as we really are. The only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. With a new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall.